And welcome into the Max Stern Athletic Center. I'm Yosef Silver alongside Avery Stebner as we get set for a crucial Skyline matchup between the 9-1 Maritime Privateers and the 8-2 Yeshiva Maccabees. Now, obviously, Yeshiva needs to come out on top here, kind of cement their status as the top team, one of the top teams in the conference. What's it going to take for Yeshiva to come out on top tonight?
Yeah, thanks, partner. Great to be back with you. So Maritime is 9-1 on the season. Their one loss against Sarah Lawrence, where their coach explained that they have a little bit of a size disadvantage. Well, the Macs have Luke Cronin and Yoav Oselko, who combined for 37 last game. They're going to have to impose their will in the inside in order for Yeshiva to come out on top.
Thanks, Avery. And with that, that's it for us at the pregame show. We're going to send it to the Anthems, lineups, and more. We'll be back later with Max Basketball.
The best source of news today is JBS. And viewers should understand that this has become the public square of the American Jewish community. This is where they can get 24/7 information, understanding, analysis, sympathetically, honestly, accurately. JBS should become the address of choice.
One of the aspects of being president of Yeshiva University is that I get to attend many basketball games. We have a very popular basketball team. Do people know that? Very popular basketball team.
You bless our forefathers, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, Joseph, Moses, and Aaron, David, and Solomon. May he bless, watch, and guard our brothers and sisters who are held in captivity. In the merit of this congregation, I praise for them. May the Holy One, blessed be He, grant mercy upon them, protect them from all trouble and sorrow, injury and illness. Remove them from darkness and despair, and speedily return them to the love and embrace of their families, and let us say, Amen.
We ask everyone to please remain standing for the national anthem of the United States and Israel.
Welcome back into the Max Stern Athletic Center. We'd like to give a huge thanks to JBS, the Jewish Broadcasting Service, for helping bring Yeshiva University basketball to a national television audience once again this season. Many thanks for the kind support from the Code family and gratitude to Yeshiva. JBS's mission to celebrate Jewish life and culture aligns perfectly with showcasing the dedication and skill of these amazing Jewish athletes. We're thrilled to be broadcasting with JBS and sharing the Max journey with the JBS audience. Now for tonight's lineups. Tonight's starting lineups are sponsored by the Yeshiva University Office of Admissions. As you start your college journey, make sure you visit us online to check out all the great virtual events and opportunities we have for YU students and how you too can be an actor. We're going to start with the visiting Maritime Privateers in their road Navy jersey at guard. The 6'1 grad student from the Bronx, number 24, Theo Noble. At guard, the 6'2 grad student from Rockland Center, New York, number 21, Jake Murphy. At guard, the 6'3 junior from Smithtown, New York, number 3, Tyler Anderson. At guard, the 6'5 freshman from Washington, number 4, Jake Devaney. At forward, the 6'4 junior from Seaford, New York, number 44, Evan Block. The Privateers are coached by Michael Barnes. For the YU Max wearing their home white jerseys. At guard, the 6' senior from jersey, number 23, Max Zakai. At guard, the 6'2 senior from Muncie, New York, number 41, Zevi Sammy. At forward, the 6'5 junior from Tel Aviv, number 13, Eitan. At forward, the 6'5 and 6'7 sophomore from Givatani, number 55, Yoavo Selka. At forward, the 6'8 sophomore from Pregame, New York, number 21, Luke Roman. And as always, the Max are coached by head coach Elliot Simons. So Avery, we spoke a little bit in the pregame about how talented these teams are. Going through the starting lineups, any players catch your eye?
Yeah, so for Yeshiva, big storyline here is Max Zakai. Missed last game with an injury, with an ankle. I was coming back, and Coach Steinmetz raved about him before the game in our meeting. Talked about what he does as a defender. He's their best on-ball defender. Completely changes how you game plan against them. Then offensively, Max Zakai is the ultimate pace setter for the Max. If you watch them with Max Zakai, they're running up and down the court. Their offense is flowing smoothly. Without Max Zakai, it's a little clunky, a little bit slower. So having him back in the lineup is going to be massive for the Max. On the other side, it's going to be big man Jake Devaney. He's a freshman, super athletic, and just an exciting player to watch.
As Cronin wins the tip for Yeshiva. Now inside to Samet right away. Rims out, never mind. Samet gets his own rebound and gets that to go.
Zevi Samet coming off a 33-point game. Last game, he's been on a heater lately. Really found a stroke. See what he does today.
And it's interesting, a lot of ball pressure right away from Yeshiva. Maritime, a team that really likes to run and gun with the ball. Maybe Yeshiva trying to slow them down with some on-ball pressure. As that's Devaney who puts it up and Zakai pushing the other way for Yeshiva. He tries to give it inside to Osaka. That pass is stolen by Devaney. Devaney now taking on Zakai. At the wing. Gives it inside. Puts it up. And that's in for the 21 Jake Murphy. Zakai going to take it down for YU. Theo Noble on him. Now Zakai. Now it's Samet. Return on top of the key. They're not giving him any space. Having block right in his face. As that's Oselka. Jake Devaney working on him. Roy Itzkovich, 8 on the shot clock. Tries to throw it inside to Cronin. Cronin was doubled. That pass is stolen. And they're going to call a jump ball, which is going to go to the Maritime Privateers.
Yeah, and a big part of this Yeshiva offense, when you watch off the ball, they set a lot of off-ball screens, backdoor cuts, flare screens for shooters in the corner. On that play, they did not do any of that. They just tried forcing the ball into the post, and it didn't work out for them.
As now it's Tyler Anderson. I think that pass is stolen. Roy Itzkovich taking it the other way. Murphy on him. Itzkovich puts it up, and that's no good again. So now the Max 0 for 2 from that range. Came up as an issue in the past couple games. Hopefully they can figure it out. As Zakai tried to steal the pass, couldn't get it, and Theo Noble fights for his own board and lands the shot.
Yeah, and it's just the little things that Coach Steinmetz talked about, right? Against some of the lower tier teams in the conference, you can get away with missing layups and silly mistakes. There's good defensive play by Devaney, but against a team like Maritime, you need to be on top of your game and making layups, and they have been doing it so far.
That was great transition offense. As it was Tyler Anderson to Jake Murphy on the layup. In transition, now 8-2 Maritime.
Yeah, and it feels like Yeshiva has been playing to the speed that Maritime likes to play at. Maybe we should try slowing it down, limit possessions, try to get some momentum there.
And now it's Roy Itzkovich. Look on the top of the key. Zakheim taking it in. Nice defensive play by Evan Block. And that ball's going the other way.
Yeah, when you talk about Profiteers and how they've gone to this point, how they've turned around their program this season, it's been all about their hustle and their defense and how physical they're playing teams. It's not just about the talent. When you watch them, they're forcing turnovers, they're getting in their face, and that's been a large part of their success this season.
And now it's Block. Block trying to take it inside on Cronin. Goes up. He's going to hit the side of the basket. Fighting Cronin for the board. That's going to be a jump.
Yeah, great defensive play by Cronin. Block. Not used to playing against someone who is the size of Cronin at 6'8". It's something he struggled with against Sarah Lawrence, and he's going to have to make an adjustment today and maybe space the floor a little more and lead into shooting.
And this Maritime team, they're just such, they put their head down, they go to work, and really they've just outworked teams so far in the Skyline Conference. As that pass is inside, almost scored by Theo Nova, but thankfully for them, he missed. Goes the other way. That's going to be a kick ball on Zevi Samit. Good job by him to slow the transition.
Yeah, and again, it's a lack of off-ball movement. Right now, Cronin and Oselka are hanging around post, and it's kind of clogging up the paint for the Max. So they can't get as much cutting and movement. And it looks like now they're going to put in Orson Jeski to sort of change that, bring shooting aspect to their team.
And that's something we saw against Farmingdale where, kind of with the bigs on the court, it clogged things up for the Max, as that's going to be a foul, I believe, on Zevi Samit. They're, putting the bigs on the floor almost clogged things up. They weren't able to get the looks that they wanted. And then when Coach Steinmetz, instead of going with Yoav and Luke, he chose to go with Orr and Dotan as his bigs. Really opened things up in the middle for YU. So let's see if the coach ends up pivoting there today, as now it's inside to Anderson. Devaney puts up the three. No good from Devaney. Cronin grabs the board, Max looks to push. Zevi Salmon working inside, puts it up, and he'll get fouled. Go to the line for two.
Yeah, that's a great shot. That was a great shot by Zevi Salmon. Great to take into the paint. One thing Yeshiva can maybe do right now to kind of settle into this game is look to get some shooting going, look to open up Zevi on the outside. If you do that, what it does is it forces Maritime defenders to step out of the paint and frees up more room for guys like Zakheim and Orr and Yoav to cut inside, get open looks. So Zevi getting going on the outside is going to be a key for Max.
The Samet lands both, cutting the Maritime lead 6-4, excuse me. Now it's Murphy to inbound. Max with the on-ball pressure, trying to slow the running gun style. Maritime. Orsinchevsky. As now it's Anderson. Anderson, miscommunication with block, throws it out of bounds into the Max ball.
Yeah, an uncharacteristic turnover by Anderson. He's one of the more savvy veteran guards in the conference. Sort of like a Max Zakheim-esque player, maybe not the scoring ability, but just his command of the offense. He really helps it run smoothly. It's a big part for them.
That pass is tipped, Sejewski has it. And now Evan Block is going to get called for a hold on Luke Cronin. So Max can retain possession of the ball, 18 to go on the shot clock.
Right, this is what they do. They try to muddy up the game, fouls, turnovers, block shots, and Maritime's been doing a great job at it so far.
As the inbound is to Luke. Standing with the elbow, gives it inside to Max. Out to Zevi. Zevi for three. Boom. Zevi Salmon coming to Maritime lead for one. And that's going to be key for Yeshiva.
Yeah, and Murphy made a mistake by sagging off of Zevi Salmon. You cannot do that. He's probably the best player in the conference right now, shooting the ball, and giving him any ounce of room off the ball is not a great idea.
That pass is stolen by Zakheim. Good play defensively for YU. Zakheim going to take the lane, puts it up. That's blocked by Devaney, but he'll get fouled. And Zakheim's going to go to the line to give Yeshiva a lead. It's time for tonight's trivia question. Tonight's question: what is Maritime's record against Yeshiva under Coach Steinmetz's tenure? Tweet your answer with the hashtag MaxLiveTrivia.
Yeah, I think it's important to highlight Coach Barnes and what he's done with this Maritime team. When he first got there, they were a 4-win team in the conference. Now they're tied for number 1 in the conference with 9 conference wins. He's the interim coach. You don't know what's going to be long term, but what he's done so far this season has been really impressive, just the culture he's established here and how he has his team playing. And usually in the past, maybe Maritime's not in these games against Yeshiva, but tonight we're expecting to get a really good game.
Yeah, Coach Barnes, you get to see how young he was. Maybe whatever, but he's definitely proven that his team is 9-1 in the conference. That he's definitely earning his opportunity of getting a real crack at becoming the head coach, despite his age. That's a nice play by Dovid, taking it to the lane and giving Maritime the lead, and giving Yeshiva 7-0 run. Now it's Dotan over at the wing. That gives it to Zevi. Zevi puts it up for 3. No good. Rebound Evan blocked, but lots of movement there by Yeshiva. That's something you like to see. And Anderson just blows by Sujevsky and gets the easy lay.
Yeah, I think Yeshiva is running into the trap that sometimes Maritime forces teams into. If there's ore in the paint, but again, just speeding the game up and causes a lot of turnovers, a lot of not running your offense. So Yeshiva's gonna have to slow this game down.
Effie for 3. Deep 3 from front, it's no good. Rebound Devaney, poked away by Zevi. Zevi gets it back. It's poked by Devaney. Zevi gets it again. Good hustle play by Zevi. Or passing up a good shot. Thought he had Dotan for a better shot. Dotan ended up passing it as well. Almost went inside to Effie. That pass is tipped. Dotan pulls up for 3. No good. Or's there to come out.
We've seen early on the size advantage that Yeshiva has over privateers. That's like 3 or 4 offensive rebounds on 1 possession alone. And if Maritime can't box out and can't commit bodies into the paint, then Yeshiva's going to have a lot of second chance points.
As now it's Amadou Kuyate with the ball. And now it's Devaney. Diablo Salta on him. Gives it inside to Sweeney. And didn't get to see. As there's a player down from Maritime. I believe that's Kuyate. Coach Barnes out there to check on him. Hopefully he's okay. But in the meantime, we're going to send him to a commercial break. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
Max Live, Yeshiva University men's basketball on JBS, is made possible in part by Janet and Lior Hod and family, with immense gratitude to Hashem. Max Live, Yeshiva University men's basketball on JBS, is made possible in part by Janet and Lior Hod and family, with immense gratitude to Hashem.
And welcome back into the Max Stern Athletic Center as Amadou Kuyate able to walk off on his own power. Wound up getting tripped up with Orson Jevsky, with both players cutting different ways, didn't even see each other. But he looks, to be okay. At least it's good that he's walking off on his own power. So in the meantime, Jesse Tricario is going to go to the line for 2, with Maritime up 12-11, 13:37 to go. Avery, what are you seeing from this team so far?
Like we talked about, definitely playing into the Maritime style of basketball. I think what Maritime has been able to do is they've been able to challenge the Yeshiva bigs on the offensive end. Most of their points coming off layups on the inside. And Yeshiva has been overcommitting on defense, right? They've been playing up some full court press action, and they've been susceptible to these backdoor cuts by Maritime. So Yeshiva's going to have to really make sure to stay in front of their guys defensively.
The second one went over there, so it's 13-11. We'd like to give a shout out to our tech guys for working so hard to make sure, despite the technical difficulties, trying to make sure that we can give you the best broadcast experience possible. Now it's Zakai going up. Couldn't get the athletic layup, rims out. It's going to stay Yeshiva ball as that goes off the field. Nope.
That was a great job by Yoav. He didn't get the rebound on that one, but if you rewatch that, he applied pressure and gave the privateer defender has a tough time grabbing that board and able to get the ball back.
Speaking of good plays by Yoav Selka, he's able to recover the pass and then just take it straight to the lead. That ties the game 13-all. As Burns looking to check into the game for YU. We got Jake Devaney and Noble top of the key three. This is not what ends, but I believe she was going to get called for an off-ball foul. And that's going to go on number 22, Tom Bartashep.
Yeah, Noble's a good shooter, and I think what Maritime has to do, similar to Yeshiva, is they got to hit some threes. If they can hit some threes, they can get Murphy going, O'Connell, Noble, some of these shooters. If they can do that, opens up the floor, forces the big step out, and then you can let guys like Devaney and Block and some of these bigger players to really use their strength and speed to their advantage.
Jonathan Levy's going to check in for Yeshiva. And it looks like defensively, they're going to put in Luke Cronin to deal with Jesse Chicario. As Yeshiva's struggling with the size, and now Jesse's going to go on Devaney. That pass is inside to Chicario. A good defense by Yeshiva, no good. Pass just gets under the arm of Theo Noble. Zakheim with it at the wing. Luke top of the key gets it inside to Johnny Levy. Johnny Levy puts it up.
Johnny Levy very quick to seal his man underneath the basket, and you have a big with the passing ability of Cronin. You get plays like that as he just walks in for a layup, and Maritime showing you what they do with their run and gun style of play.
Yeah, it was a nice move to be able to take a screen there from his teammate. As now Yeshiva struggling with the pressure. Effie taking it to the middle. Almost went for the dunk, but the ball got tipped out. It's going to stay Yeshiva ball, 17 on the clock.
Yeah, Effie lives for his opportunities. Extremely talented player. Had 15 points last game. And right there, definitely wanted to create a highlight. He sent to Sports Center after the game.
Zakheim, wide open three. No good. As Orszynjewski pulls the board, and Luke Cronin able to clean it up. Maritime had skied for the board, but couldn't come down with it. Great job by the Max to never not quit on the play. Make sure you take advantage and get the points. And now the lead. As now it's Jimmy O'Connell. Theo Noble with it, pointing on him. Cronin clicks the pass, Noble gets it back. Now it's Javon Germain taking it inside. Orszynjewski makes him think twice. Noble puts it up. No good from Noble, Cronin there for the board. Pass going to be handled by Zakheim, but gets it back, taking it down the other way. So real, just run and gun style, full speed for both of these teams. Orszynjewski for three, in and out. Rebound by Devaney, excuse me. Devaney now pushing the other way, and that pass is stolen by Orr gonna put it up. Slam it home, Orszynjewski. That's gonna force a timeout by the Maritime Privateers. Yeshiva now up 4. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
JBS, the Jewish Broadcasting Service, with a marvelous array of programming for anyone interested in Jewish life and the State of Israel. News, events, Jewish studies, movies. It's all on JBS, expanding Jewish understanding, celebrating all things Jewish.
Welcome back into the Max Stern Athletic Center. We're proud to partner with JBS, a 24/7 Jewish television channel reaching over 250,000 homes every month. From cultural programming to current affairs, JBS celebrates and educates about all things Jewish. Thanks to the Hood family for helping bring this Max Live season to television viewers around the country. As Yeshiva now with a 19-15 lead, 11 to go. And that three from Evan Block is good, running the Yeshiva 8-1.
Yeah, Evan Block is, according to Coach Barnes, the X factor. He can play inside, outside, rebounds. He's big. If he puts it all together in a game, he could be an incredibly impactful player.
As now it's Samit bringing it inside. Almost pulled up, found the cutting formula, and that's a beautiful pass from Samit. Nice finish. Yeshiva continuing the off-ball pressure, trying to slow down the Privateers. Anderson powering inside. just blows into Salmon and gets the two. That was a nice play by the Max to get rid of the pressure. Samet goes up with it, nothing. Now going the other way, Anderson working on Roy Itzkovich. Good transition defense by Roy. Noble thought about the three, pulls for it, bottom. Theo Noble. And coming off with a timeout, Maritime looking real strong.
Yeah, and that's the mark of a veteran team. A lot of upperclassmen in this lineup. When you have a lot of upperclassmen, they can come into a road environment and sort of handle these different momentum swings in a game. So credit to this Maritime veteran team for handling the momentum that YU seemed to grab.
And now it's Zakheim. Zakheim taking in Anderson. Puts it up, no good. Cronin fighting for the board. Going to take it in, out to Sanjevsky. Thought about the three, pumps, pulls back, shoots. No good, rebound skied, and Delaney gets it. Now Anderson going the other way. Not giving a second to breathe, as that pass is stolen by Itzkovich. Zakheim handles the ball, Yeshiva looking to push the other way. Samet pulls up three. No good. Seems to be really bouncy rebounds on these threes from Yeshiva. Evan Block now taking it inside. And he's going to lose hands on it. Yeshiva's going to get ball, and now everyone's going to breathe. As that's going to be another 30-second timeout for Yeshiva. And with that, we're going to send it to commercial. Don't go anywhere, we'll be back.
Well, the Yeshiva basketball team is doing very, very well now, and JBS is broadcasting the game. My take on that is the fact that the Yeshiva team is doing well. It's so great that JBS is doing this. Sadly, Mark, who did the first time we broadcasted a game, when they first made the tournament, he was the MC. He was the anchor man from JBS. So, you know, so much of what Mark wanted to do, we're going to try to do as best we can with our limited abilities to fulfill, you know, so many of his dreams.
Welcome back into the Max Stern Athletic Center. The Yachad Alumni Network presents Met at Yachad, a dinner and trivia event. Save the date, Monday, March 31st at 7:30 p.m. in downtown Manhattan. For more info, go to www.yachad.org/Met. Now a tie game. Just about 8.5 to go here in the Max Stern Athletic Center. 23 apiece. Zakheim with the ball. He's going to take it inside, kicks it out to Yoav. Roy Itzkovich finds cutting Samet. Samet puts it up. That's no good. Good defense by Maritime. Now Devaney slowing it down. Never thought I'd say that. As Devaney's going to take Oselka inside. And Oselka's going to get called for the foul on the floor.
Yeah, and on the last play, Orr set a really good off-ball screen for Zevi, got a nice cut, and Zevi was able to get a nice layup attempt. But you still see that the veteran pesky defense by Maritime, even on those plays that usually work for Zevi. On that play, couldn't get a layup to go.
And now it's Jimmy O'Connell with the ball, trying to work on Zakheim. And O'Connell, a bit of a miscommunication there with Anderson. Throws it out of bounds while he's going to get the ball back.
And already 11 combined turnovers in this game between the two teams. It's only been a little over 10 minutes. So I think both these teams could benefit from slowing it down, although that might be what Maritime wants in this game. So see if Yeshiva can take care of the ball.
23 possessions so far. You know, all the turnovers part of a symptom of this fast-paced style, as that's going to be a foul called on Evan Block. And that's going to be Block's second, so I imagine he'll take a seat.
Yeah, and Orr and Cronin and Oselka, all these bigs done a really good job at getting good positioning down low. It's allowed them to draw some fouls underneath the basket and also get some of those offensive rebounding opportunities in those second chance points.
That's now it's Samet, wide open three. Bottom. Zevi Samet. Big three for Yeshiva. Giving them a 26-23 lead. Just like that, not even focused on the three, right back into defense.
Yeah, not going to be any easier for Zevi Samet tonight against Maritime. That was wide open, and he's not missing that one.
As Murphy, nice pass down low to Devaney. Max defense with no answers.
Yeah, Murphy, known as a scorer, he was third team All-Skyline last year. But on that one, with a nice pass and showing his unselfishness.
As now it's Brunla, inside to Cronin. Inside to Zakheim. Nice ball movement there by Max. Now it's Devaney taking it down. timeout. Sajewski behind him. Now gives it in to Chikario. Chikario gets it. So now 28-27 with Maritime answering.
Yeah, Orr's been great, but he's done just a couple of times where he'll try to jump the pass, he'll try to get a steal for a fast break opportunity, but on Devaney, it doesn't work out. It's almost automatically a bucket for the Maritime Privateers. They're going to get one here.
As that's great transition defense by Sajewski forcing the miss, and then Effie forcing another miss. So 2 right up to the basket misses off of great defense from Yeshiva. And now Whitey's going to have the ball. Nice find by Luke inside to the wide open Zevi Salmon. And that's going to be a timeout by Coach Barnes. And he's going to take a full timeout, which means that we are going to go to our wonderful sideline reporter, Mr. Sideline Suits himself, SJ Tenenbaum. SJ.
Guys, fans, have you ever noticed after the anthems before every game, the Max heading to midcourt and giving their opponents a gift? Tonight being no exception. You ever wonder what that was? That is the Max handing their opponents a t-shirt courtesy of Athletes for Israel. Athletes for Israel, or AFI, is an incredible organization dedicated to bringing top-tier athletes to Israel to give them a first-hand experience of the country. Through basketball and soccer clinics, exclusive tours, and historic and holistic trips, these athletes are given a first-hand experience of Israel beyond the headlines. Many of them come back as ambassadors, sharing their experiences on social media and combating misinformation. Last season, the Max Famous Midwinter Relief Trip was actually done in conjunction with AFI, and we even interviewed the founder of AFI, Daniel Posner, on Max Live to ask him about the trip, the organization, and its impact. When the Max give these t-shirts, they're not just exchanging a gift, they're exchanging a message of friendship, education, and a steadfast support for Israel. Back to you guys in the booth.
Thanks, SJ. And a huge shout out to AFI. You know, we were able to, like SJ said, we were able to interview with Daniel Posner last year, and the Max, had their trip, really just able to see the impact that they make, taking college athletes, professional athletes to Israel, and really developing a sense of connection between the different athletes and Israel, and really helping to foster good relationships here in America.
Right, and he's connected to a lot of campuses across the country. We obviously know his relationship with Bruce Pearl at Auburn, and it's just an incredible thing that they're doing.
As the Max tried to swarm Jimmy O'Connell, and I guess that forced a double dribble. Max going to get the ball. And now checking back to the game, Jake Murphy headed in for O'Connell.
Now, one thing to note, another layer to uncover here is the stamina aspect, as Maritime is used to playing in these fast-paced games, so they're not going to slow down, and their shots aren't going to be a little off because they're used to playing, at this speed. Yeshiva maybe not as much, so we'll see if Yeshiva's shots are affected as this game moves on.
And now it's Salmon in the corner. Something interesting, though, that's what we were saying with Yeshiva, as that layup was blocked. Zakai maybe wanted a foul. But this year, something that's different is that they're a really deep team. Coach Steinmetz was saying how he has no problem. He could go 9-10 deep on the bench. So this year, definitely a good year to be playing a team like this, as that three was no good from Noble. But Chikario fights for the board and gets the putback.
Yeah, Chikario's been really impressive battling these Yeshiva bigs. Another rebound down low, really imposing his will, and Yeshiva is going to have to put a body on him.
And it's interesting how he kind of comes in for block, but they're very different players. As now it's Sinjevsky taking it inside. Nice layup by Sinjevsky. Bringing the lead back up to 3, just about 5 to go here. And now it's Murphy. Murphy with Salmon on him. That gives it up to Devaney. Chikario. Jesse Chikario working inside. Puts it up. And I think Blue Cronin may have gotten a piece, but it still went in for Maritime. Now 32-31. Theo Noble with the on-ball pressure. As now it's Samit. Samit looking to slow it down. Cronin in the corner. Now Samit. Front left top of the key. Inside to Samit. Samit puts it up. Nice play by the Max.
That was a great play by Zevi. He kind of faked like he was going to set a screen for the big down low, but instead he flashed to the opposite block. And that sort of deception in a fast-paced game is able to get him an open shot.
And that kind of shows you his comfort in the offense. Not only able to make the right play, but fake the right play and make an even better one. As now it's Anderson. That pass is intercepted. Nice play by Zackheim to get his hands on that one. Now it's Sinjevsky. Pulls up. 3. In and out. Chicario with the board as both teams look to bring in some subs. Anderson with it now. Gives it over to Theo Noble. Picks up his dribble. That pass is tipped twice, and it's going to be Yeshiva ball. So now checking into the game for YU is going to be 13, Roy Itzkovich, and number 50, the transfer, Noam Edry, headed into the game for the Maritime Privateers. It's going to be number 22, 6'8", Anthony Lank, as well as Jimmy O'Connell checking back into the game.
Yeah, Noam Edry, number 50, is a sophomore transfer from Lawrence Tech of Michigan. One aspect he brings to this team is his shooting ability. We see his size can be daunting for an opposing team, but if he can get a shot going, he can be a real player for Yeshiva.
Yeah, and Edry's still working his way into the team, as that's a nice pass and a nice finish by Roy Itzkovich. 36-31 now Yeshiva, but going on Noam Edry, how, he's kind of been shown limited minutes so far. But Lawrence Tech is a D2 school. Like, he's coming from a legit program. He's a really talented player. And as he, continues to pick up what the Macs are trying to do, speaking of picking up, nice play by Freundlich, as now it's Salmon on the layup, and he gets fouled by Lang, and he'll go to the line for 2. And once Noam Edry picks up what the Macs are doing, you can expect to see him, almost become a regular in the lineup.
Yeah, you'll see on the replay there. Great job by Effie to get the steal through it ahead to Zevi. A little bit of a dangerous block attempt. Maybe Lang was going for the highlight play there. Thankfully, no one gets hurt, and Zevi Salmon gets an automatic 2 points at the line. The announcer jinx will not be in effect here. Zevi Salmon.
Playing with fire, Avery.
I'm not playing with fire because Zevi Salmon is shooting almost 87% from the free throw line this year. It's one of the best in the conference. I'll put everything on Zevi making this one as he does.
Bails you out there. Looking for the best summer ever? NCSY Summer has epic trips to Israel, Europe, and across the U.S. Don't miss out. Spots are filling fast. Sign up now at ncsy.org/summer.
Not going to lie, partner. I was a little nervous right there. Didn't want to cost Zevi Salmon a bucket, but, it's the ultimate faith I got on him.
As that was a nice screen by Devaney to set up the 3 for Murphy, but that was no good. But YU going to get called for the off-ball foul. And a loose ball foul. It's going to be on Roy Itzkovich.
Yeah, and what's interesting is usually in a physical game like this, the refs will sort of let these off-ball fouls go. Like, they're not going to call as much because a lot of it's happening. Guys are getting grabby. That has been the case tonight, and a lot of guys are getting called for fouls. There's a 3 that doesn't go. But it could be an aspect later on. Some guys could potentially get into foul trouble.
As that was a nice play by Murphy. Max Zackheim with the good defense, but Murphy still able to find the hoop. As Tom Bez has checked into the game for YU. Just as I said that, Zevi walks off the bench, presumably going to take Bez's place at the next dead ball. Noam Edry at the wing, gives it inside to Freundlich, passes a little too far, now it's Beza. Beza for 3. No good from Beza.
Yeah, I think Effie nutmegged the guy there. Could have been a highlight. Zevi's always seeking.
As that is going to be a foul on YU. It's going to be on Noam Edry. And I believe that's going to send Maritime to the line for a 1-and-1.
Might have been out of bounds. Could have been something.
Yeah.
Maybe they just want to inbound the ball, so they give him an inbound.
So the foul was on Noam Edry. However, the scoreboard operators have made a mistake. They added a foul to the wrong team. So now instead of
Come on, man! Don't blame the scoreboard operators. You should have known. You should have known.
As now the Macs encouraging everyone to get loud here. And that's going to be a foul on Orsanjevsky. He's a little confused what he did. Just putting his hands up, not sure.
Yeah, I think Orr defeating Uriel back and forth right now. A little bit of extracurricular. Orr enjoys that type of stuff. Devaney getting a taste of the Orsanjevsky experience. Experience. That is the word I was looking for.
As the boos rain down here at the Max Stern Athletic Center, as Devaney hits the first one.
Yeah, Devaney's had a really good run so far. He's an 8-time Skyline Rookie of the Year, Rookie of the Week. But he hasn't seen the Max Stern Athletic Center yet in his career, so he's getting a taste of that right now.
And the second one, good from Devaney as well. So 38-35 Yeshiva. Just about 2 to go. Max Zakheim with it. Now gives it to Edry. Across to Samet. Samet's going to take it inside. Oh, going in on Devaney, no good. Devaney gets the board. Great defensive play there by Devaney. As now it's Jimmy O'Connell. Now it's Murphy. And that's stolen by Samet. Samet taking it the other way. Gonna put it up. Had him trailing Effie Freundlich, but decided to take the safe 2 points.
Yeah, I think there was a time and a place to look for the highlight, but on that one, Zevi chose the wiser 2 points, and now he has 16 in the first half.
This is very impressive so far, and the scoring output from Samet. O'Connell taking it inside, no good. Noam Edry with it. Picks up his dribble, now gives it to Samet cross court. Now Sanjevsky in the corner. Cross court to Effie. Effie almost pulled up. He's going to take Javon Germain inside and hits the layup. So now 42-37, Yeshiva up by 42-35, excuse me. Yeshiva up by 7. Just about 1 minute to go. Devaney going to move inside, and Orsanchevsky, great job to draw the charge. As his team going to make sure that he doesn't get too involved with Devaney.
Yeah, well, the team is all involved right now. The entire bench stood up there, got fired up. Orr's been really impressive. We know how talented he is offensively, but he's put in a real shift on the defensive end. As you see in the replay, he did a great job beating Devaney to the spot. Maybe a little bit of embellishing on that one, a little bit of acting. The Oscar is coming up soon, but
hey, drawing fouls is a skill, man. And Orsanchevsky is quite skilled, as is the current ball handler, Max Zakheim. Nice crossover, gives it to Samet. Samet pulls up, and that's good. Zevi Samet. Now a 9-point lead for Yeshiva, 40 to go.
Unguardable, man. On that pull-up, I've seen it before. Just amazing.
And Avery obviously referencing his time as the leader of that TABC squad, with Zevi Samet playing second fiddle to our one and own Avery Stepner. As now it's Javon Germain in the corner, cross court, pulls up Theo Noble, and that's no good, but Sanjevsky's going to get called for the foul to not give Noble space to land. And with 19.3, Javon Germain, Theo Noble is going to the line for 3 shots.
Yeah, I think Coach Steinmetz is, you see, he's encouraging Orr as you just saw after the foul. I think he's happy with what he's seeing. He's encouraged by the effort that Orr is putting in. Sometimes, it could be a little bit, about himself, shooting, but he's a really good teammate, and his teammates know that. His coaches know that, and when he puts it on display and he's closing out on shots like that, playing great defense, grabbing boards, really, really fires up the squad.
And he's really, ever since, over the past couple games, he's really just been almost a different player for YU. Really, I guess embracing that mentality of, there's no I in team, and really just, fighting for the boards, playing great defense, trying to set up his teammates. As now it's 15 seconds, but, really impressive what we've seen so far from Sanjevsky in the past couple of games. Zakheim with 10 to go. 7. Zakheim. 5. Puts up. No good. Pass tip. Freundlich. Buzzer beater. No. O'Connell grabs the board, but it's going to be halftime. 44-37. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back with the Lekka Israel halftime stats after these messages.
Hey Max fans, this is Joseph Gittler, YU class of 1996, founder and chairman of Lekka Israel. The skies are reopening, so come and volunteer with us in Israel as soon as you make it here. Please also consider supporting us as you think about your charity. And of course, go Max!
We have an amazing basketball team, the Yeshiva University Maccabees. They won 50 games in a row at one point, and were ranked number 1 in the country in Division III. Number 1 in the country. Now, we sing Hatikva before every game along with the Star Spangled Banner, and over this past year, they've been wearing the hostage faces on their warm-up jerseys. We are out in the world as proud Zionists and proud Jews. That is who they are. So there was one game that was deep in Pennsylvania, 4 hours away from New York, that took place on Erev Shabbat on Friday afternoon. And we thought that there wasn't going to be anybody in the arena that would be supporting our team. And we show up to the game, and the place is packed with our fans. And we asked them, where are you from? And they said, we're members of the local Reform Synagogue, and we're here to support our team, Yeshiva University.
Wow.
Pretty good. And that's when our players realized that we are not playing for a school, we're playing for a people. And that is the sense that I have felt across this country, across the world with the Jewish youth and our adults, across this amazing Am Yisrael, across this mishpacha, that we all feel that we're playing for something larger than ourselves, we're playing for a people. And we are not defined and being cornered by hate, but we are defined because we support each other with love, with a shared mission and a shared purpose. And that's been my experience that's been defining me.
So I know you played in, obviously, Valley Torah. Your father, Brad, is here, and your family's here as well. Quoted in Gary Belsky's article, in the ESPN.com article, when your dad said, well, why are you going to Yeshiva University, an Orthodox Jewish institution? And you asked your dad, well, why did you send me to a Jewish day school, Valley Torah? Explain why you decided to take that jump to Division III to play at a Jewish institution, and how that transformed the Jewish community.
Yeah, no, absolutely. You know, when it came down to my decision, you know, it came down to, you know, can I be a religious Jew? Is going D1, you know, good enough for me to sacrifice worth me sacrificing my religion, right? And you know, stopping my faith because I want to say I played Division I basketball. And when it came down to it, it just wasn't. And, you know, I've seen people in the past that made that decision, you know, because of the clout of Division I basketball. And I wanted to be able to set the pathway for, you know, the Jewish kids and any kid, you know, watching, that it doesn't matter where you come from, you could succeed, and just stay true to who you are and stay true to what you believe, and you'll make it.
Welcome to Being Jewish with Jonah Platt, the podcast where we explore and celebrate the full, gorgeous spectrum of Jewish identity. Every week, I'll sit down with notable Jews and non-Jewish allies across professional fields like entertainment, business, sports, politics, food, and more. Together, we'll dig deep into a conversation not likely to be had anywhere else, all surrounding one key question: what does being Jewish mean to you? So please, join me on Being Jewish with Jonah Platt, a judgment-free space of nuance, warmth, and honesty, where we can exalt, examine, and share together in the stories that make us who we are.
I see the metaphor of sports being very important in understanding the life of Jews in the United States. It's not so much who wins the game, but whether you're allowed to play the game, whether you're part of the group. And Marty Glickman's story is a way of studying the question of, do Jews fit in through the metaphor of sports?
One of the aspects of being president of Yeshiva University is that I get to attend many basketball games. We have a very...
Viewers should understand that this has become the public square of the American Jewish community. This is where they can get 24/7 information, understanding, analysis, sympathetically, honestly, accurately. JBS should become the address of choice.
One of the aspects of being president of Yeshiva University is that I get to attend many basketball games. We have a very popular basketball team. Do people know that? Very popular basketball team.
Hey Max fans, this is Joseph Gittler, YU class of 1996, founder and chairman of Leket Israel. The skies are reopening, so come and volunteer with us in Israel as soon as you make it here. Please also consider supporting us as you think about your charity. And of course, go Max!
So I know you played in, obviously, Valley Torah. Your father, Brad, is here, and your family's here as well. Quoted in Gary Belsky's article, in the ESPN.com article, when your dad said, well, why are you going to Yeshiva University, an Orthodox Jewish institution? And you asked your dad, well, why did you send me to a Jewish day school, Valley Torah? Explain why you decided to take that jump to Division III to play at a Jewish institution and how that transformed the Jewish community.
Yeah, no, absolutely. When it came down to my decision, it came down to, can I be a religious Jew? Is going D1, good enough for me to worth me sacrificing my religion, right? And stopping my faith because I want to say I played Division I basketball. And when it came down to it, it just wasn't. And, I've seen people in the past that made that decision, because of the clout of Division I basketball. And I wanted to be able to set the pathway for, the Jewish kids and any kid, watching, that it doesn't matter where you come from, you could succeed, and just stay true to who you are and stay true to what you believe, and you'll make it.
We're living through a difficult time here for American Jews, but the fact of the matter is that in the sports world has been very tolerant to us. The NCAA has more rules than the Code of Jewish Law, the Shulchan Aruch in Hebrew. And yet within the thousands of rules, they say that if a team can't play because of religious reasons, we'll defer the game.
This is not just a sports story. This is a way of seeing American Jewish history.
And welcome back into the Max Stern Athletic Center as the Yeshiva University Maccabees lead the Maritime Privateers by a score of 44-37. Thanks to JBS, the Jewish Broadcasting Service, for broadcasting tonight's game nationally. JBS is dedicated to strengthening Jewish identity and education through their 24/7 programming. JBS is an incredible platform for sharing these games, and we're so grateful for the support of the Hode family in making this season's television broadcast possible. Stay tuned as we bring the Max energy to your screens, coast to coast. Now it's time for the Lekit Israel halftime stats, which are brought to you by Lekit Israel. Lekit Israel, rescuing nutritious surplus food for Israelis in need. Avery, what do we got?
Well, there's a lot of stats, but the ones I want to focus on is specifically the turnovers for both these teams, as the Maritime Privateers have 13 turnovers, Yeshiva only 6. Maritime also has 8 assists, and Yeshiva has 10. So Yeshiva's been a lot more crisp with their passes. The game it's been very back and forth. Yeshiva has had more exposure throughout the entirety of the half. And also, there hasn't been much three-point shooting because of this fast-paced game. It's become more of attrition. It's become more like, let's take it right at them, take it right at their face, and therefore both teams only have 2 3-pointers. So, while Yeshiva has a lot of shooters, and that's sort of something they try to lean into a lot of times, haven't been able to do that today. So, let's see in the second half, are they continue to attack the basket? Are they going to look for some 3-pointers from Zevi? See what happens.
Yeah, and that's something we spoke about pregame, that, this Maritime team, they, obviously they're talented, but the way they've been winning is they've just been outworking guys, outworking the different teams in the conference. And we knew it was going to be run and gun from the beginning. I was joking with Zevi Salmon at halftime that they basically just, are running suicides with the basketball. But, it's been just a game of attrition. Yeshiva's played 11 guys so far, kind of to counteract that, just sprinting back and forth. And let's see if down the stretch Yeshiva's able to maybe dictate the pace of the game, maybe slow things down.
Yeah, and I will say defensively, one thing Yeshiva has been doing is they've been playing a lot tighter off-ball defense. So you'll see they'll be much closer to their man. Let's say their man is in the corner or on the wing. They'll sort of be denying their man, hugging them, and making sure they're not getting the shot. But what's leading to is a lot of one-on-one opportunities for these very shifty, talented Maritime scorers. So I think in the second half, an adjustment Yeshiva can maybe make is bring some of their defenders, their off-ball defenders, into the paint. Right? I think you're okay giving up some contested 3-pointers, and because Maritime hasn't really shown the ability to hit them. One thing you don't want to do is let this Maritime team continually beat you to the basket and get easy layups.
Great insights there, Avery. We just like to
Thank
give
you.
we just like to give a quick shout out. Now, for those who haven't kept their eyes on the scoreboard or on the standings, really, you know that Yeshiva and Sarah Lawrence are in a fight for the Skyline Gold Division lead, and Maritime and Farmingdale State are in a fight for the Black Division lead. And interestingly, Sarah Lawrence, right, with Yeshiva playing Maritime, Sarah Lawrence tonight played Farmingdale, and Farmingdale State was really all over the Griffins of Sarah Lawrence, winning the game by 18, final score 77-59, Farmingdale State. So now you have a situation in the standings where you have 9-2 Farmingdale, 9-2 Sarah Lawrence, and assuming this score holds and Yeshiva is able to pull it off, you're going to have 4 9-2 teams at the top of the conference. So definitely something interesting to watch down the stretch, how the standings shake out, as that pass couldn't be corralled by Evan Block. And now Samet, quick 3, no good. And that pass was tipped off Evan Block's hands, and now it's going to be Yeshiva basketball.
Yeah, Zevi Samet, 20 first half points, very low key 20 points in the first half. Right there, sort of heat checking himself right away, see how he's feeling. But I expect a lot more shooting from him as he gets the ball in the corner.
And now it's Oselko back to Salmon in the corner. Goes it over to Luke Cronin. That's a great pass by Salmon, making sure the defender couldn't reach it.
That is a very difficult pass by Zevi. You have to give it some loft so it doesn't get stolen by the defender fronting the big, but you also don't want to loft it up too much where these help defenders can steal it. So great pass by Zevi Salmon.
As Delaney with it now. Now puts it up with Theo Noble, And now it's Luke Cronin grabbing the board. So Yeshiva up 9, just about a minute to go in the half. Zevi Samet. Now it's Roy Itzkovich at the wing. Oselka top of the key. And another one of those floater passes, but Cronin couldn't convert. And now it's going to be Maritime taking it the other way. As it's Murphy. Now Jimmy O'Connell. O'Connell, they get the switch. Block puts it up. That's no good. Block tried to draw the foul at the end, but no call from the referees. As now it's Zevi Samit. Inside to Zakheim. Now up top to Roy. Roy puts it up deep, too, no good. Nice pass by Luke Cronin to find the cutting Samit, and that rolls around and falls.
Yeah, Cronin sitting at 5 assists now. Zevi, we obviously know how good of a shooter he is, his deep bag and everything, but where he's really made strides this year is off the ball movement, and he's gotten a lot of free buckets that way. No different right there.
As now it's Noble working on Zakheim. Gives it to the corner for a wide open O'Connell. O'Connell's going to take it in, put it up, and he was able to blow by the YU defense and hit that in. Now on the fast break, Oselka bringing the boom with the dunk, extending to a double-digit lead for Yeshiva. That was great transition by the Max. Murphy with it, puts it up, and that's over Luke Cronin and in.
Yeah, and Oselka absolutely ignited this crowd at that one. We got people on their feet, and this game is just, it's wild.
That's why he's going to get called for the travel, and something that you fans may not be able to see based off the camera angle. But as we see a replay of the dunk, it's just great elevation there by Yoav Oselka in transition. Something that you may not be able to see is that while the stands that are shown by the camera are just mostly full, the ones on our side of the gym are fully full. And it's really just a packed house, you know, as we get into the months of February and hopefully March for YU. You know, lots of fans coming out to the games, and Orson Jevsky, we talked about that skill of drawing fouls earlier, is able to draw another foul. And he's doing a great job of getting under the skin of some of these privateers.
Yeah, and it could be annoying, like a guy like Devaney who's so good when you have a defender like Orr just in your face, constantly poking and prodding you. You know, it's understandable for the frustration to come out as there's Orr in the bucket, and that's what Orr has done such a good job of, sort of that Patrick Beverly type defense, just getting in your head.
Shout out to Patrick Beverly as he's now starring in Israel. As that three was no good. Pass gets tipped around, Samit takes it. Zevi's gonna go straight inside, right on Devaney, no good. Thought he got past everyone. Devaney was then standing there. And now it's Murphy. Working on Sanchevsky, good defense by Orr. Now they're gonna slow it down. Pulls up, no good. Rebound to Orr, great fight, drawing another foul. Unbelievable, Orson Jevsky. Evan Block can't believe it.
Yeah, I think that's the second foul that Orr has forced on Block in the half, and Block's gonna have to take a seat here as he's sitting with 3 fouls. So just, again, incredible job by Orr. Couple plays inside, couple minutes, getting one of the best Maritime players onto the bench.
And now coming into the game is Jesse Tricario, who gave Yeshiva a lot of problems when he was in the first half. As Devaney tried to throw it off of Orr, but Max retained possession. Orr, corner 3, short. Oselka cleans it up. So great team offense by Yeshiva on the past couple of possessions.
Oselka's done a really good job hanging around the basket and putting himself in good position to get these rebounds and these second chance points. And so it's a great game by him.
That's Jevsky just right in the face of Devaney. Now it's in the corner for 3, puts it up, and that's going to be off the back and no good. I don't think it hit your, star recruit 6th defender, but it was out of bounds on the hoop, as we're going to see on the replay.
Yeah, and I'm not sure if that's out. If it hits the top of the backboard, is that out of bounds, or is that, I don't know, maybe I'm just a casual basketball fan, which I'm not, but yeah, we're going to have to consult our officiating expert, which we don't have.
As now it's Effie Freundlich just throwing it up, trying to get the shooting foul, but instead it's going to be a walk. Max fans not happy with the officiating on that possession. Sajewski thought he, was interfered with at one point.
Yeah, we'll look at the replay. It'll tell all. That's 1, that's 2. Maybe like 2.5 steps. That's not a thing, but I made it up. But still, Yeshiva being baited into some of these fast-paced mistakes.
Speaking of fast-paced mistakes, that's Yoav Oselka. Yet again, slamming it home. Yoav Oselka igniting the crowd. As Maritime's about to do that on the other end. It's a little bit of a blown assignment by Yeshiva leads to a wide open layup for Anthony Lang. But either way, 56-43, Yeshiva up 15, just under 15 to go. And that's inside to Sanjevsky, and he'll get called for the walk. Fans can't believe it. Sanjevsky laughing it off.
Yeah, and I think if we got the replay on that one, he shuffled his feet a bit. I think what he was going for is to get a little pump fake, so the defender, will jump on him and he'll get a foul call. I don't think we're going to see the replay. Oh, there it is. But he left the ground, shuffled his feet a bit, and get called by the ref.
Yeah, and you can just see his face. He knew it too. As now it's Lang. Front looking on him, and he'll force the travel out of Lang.
Now, partner, I know we just had a winter break. Some of us traveled around the world. Some of us went to Europe, Asia, different states. And these players, they're extending their break a little long, and they're traveling a lot tonight. Traveling around the world.
Maybe they can join NCSY Summer if they want to keep going. As that's Freundlich in the corner. No good. Oselka yet again there for the board. How many times have I said his name in this half? He'll go to the line for two.
Yeah, I just think he's powerful. I think even if he's not in position, as you saw there, there's a good box out by Maritime, but he's just so big and strong that he just goes through people. Unless you have someone who's similar size, similar height and weight, it's very tough to control him on the boards.
Subscribe to Max Live on YouTube to make sure you do not miss any amazing games and highlights this season. Additionally, if you'd like to receive Max news and updates, join our WhatsApp group chat. The link to join is in the description of this YouTube video. Oselka short on the free throw. And now it's going to be Devaney taking it down. So Devaney got off to a hot start. It's been a little bit quiet ever since Orsanjevsky got on him. Second. So now a total of 2 for 3 on the season. And with him, he's 6'8", but he's listed at 180 pounds, and he may even look less than that at 6'8". But just, he was a coach that he was a player that when you were talking to Coach Barnes, he's really talented and just kind of needs to put it together. That was a really athletic layup by Zevi Samit.
Yeah, speaking of talent, Zevi Samit, just absolutely electric game today. 24 points, doing it for Kobe. Great job by him.
As that's going to be a foul on Yeshiva. And you mentioned Kobe. Just wanted to give a shout out to the Lakers for that Luka Doncic trade. As our resident Lakers fan, how are you feeling about absolutely fleecing what was once a well-respected franchise?
Yeah, so if I've seemed a little off today, it's because I have Luka Doncic highlights playing on my computer screen. It's all I've been doing over the past few days is watching him. As there's a little bit of a confusion under the basket, but yeah, Luka, great player. Excited to have him. We'll watch him almost every night for the next 10 years.
As the ref is running in to make sure that foul gets called. And they're going to get to the line for 2. It's going to be a push-off.
And as I was going on and on about Luka Doncic, we had the two teams fighting underneath the basket for rebounds. But good job by Evan Block, number 44. Playing physical with 3 fouls can be a little bit, scary sometimes. You don't want to get foul. You don't want to get deeper into foul trouble. But they need him. They need someone to impose their physicality on this game if they want to come back. So good job by Block.
As Block on the second is no good. Farmland secures the board. Zach Heim going to take it down. Yeshiva up 14. And now it's Oselka. Samit, deep 3. No good. Freundlich. And they're going to call an off-ball foul on Zach Heim, who can't believe it. Coach Steinmetz not too happy either.
Yeah, we're going to see the replay, which will tell us what happened. Again, it depends on the game. I guess the ref is being consistent here. If he's calling a lot of these off-ball grabby fouls, ticky-tacky, they're calling it, then yeah, that's a foul. But if not, if we're just letting them play, then maybe it wasn't the best call.
Just a shout-out to Javon Tremaine talking about the skill of drawing fouls. Did a good job there to draw that one. Now it's Block. Thought about the 3. He's going to go cross-court to nobody, and it's going to be a shooting goal.
Now, one thing I want to mention about Max Sackheim is we talked about his impact he'll have on the game before the game. maybe not stuffing the stat sheet, but one stat I do want to mention is only one turnover in the game where we've seen a lot of those, a lot of back and forth, fast-paced action. He's been the calm, poised, steady player for the Max.
And that's going to be an offensive foul as fans starting to get a little restless with your buddies, the referees.
I wouldn't say they're my buddies. They're great people, though. We obviously respect the refs here at Max Live in Yeshiva University, but I think at some point you do have to maybe switch up the game here, let the guys play a little bit. Just the physical nature of this game.
That was a three by Jermaine, no good. And Luke able to out-wrestle everyone for the rebound. Samet now kicks it to the corner, or for three. No good. Rebound passing around. Now it's Jovan Jermaine taking it down the floor. Gives it in to Jesse Shikario. And that ball bounced around a bunch. Players now going to get a chance to actually breathe.
Yeah, I think here with 12 minutes left, it's a 14-point game. I think Coach Barnes can benefit from a timeout, maybe settle his team down, maybe go over some scheme changes, some adjustments. But it looks like he's going to let his guys play out of this.
As now it's block on those three fouls. Now Murphy pass is tipped. It's going to remain Maritime ball, 13 on the clock.
Yeah, Dotan, haven't seen much of him tonight. But another guy that Coach Stamets can plug in. Started earlier in the season, can space the floor, really good passer, really good shooter. Again, just shows volumes, it just has volumes about the Yeshiva team. And they have 11 players who have played so far today. And Dotan, another one of those contributors.
And that was Jimmy O'Connell taking it inside. Rebound was loose. Freundlich made sure that he was able to grab it inbounds. Samet behind the back, nice play. No good, gonna get called for 2 shots. As that foul is going to be for Maritime on number 31, Jesse Chukari.
Yeah, and one of the things that's impressive about Zevi's game is his ability inside. You rarely see him get blocked. You know, he's a little smaller. He's around 5'11", maybe 6 feet for being generous. But when he gets around the basket, he's able to use his body and control his body in a way that protects the ball from the defenders, but also gives him a chance to lay it in. And that's why he draws so many fouls and is such an elite finisher.
As now the Max up to a total of 9 of 10 from the line, shooting an impressive 90%. Now it's Jimmy O'Connell, Samet right in his face. Good defense by Zevi. O'Connell blows right by him. Now it's Noble for 3. No good. Good job by Delaney for the board. Great pass by Delaney for the bucket. And that's going to be Theo Noble with it. And it's going to be a timeout by Coach Barnes, like you were saying. Let's get the read if it's a full or a 30. As it's going to be a 30-second timeout, so we're going to send you to commercial break. Don't go on air. We'll be back.
Hey, Max fans. This is Joseph Gittler, YU class of 1996, founder and chairman of Leket Israel. The skies are reopening, so come and volunteer with us in Israel as soon as you make it here. Please also consider supporting us as you think about your charity. And of course, go Max!
Welcome back into the Max Stern Athletic Center as Yeshiva's up 61-47 on Maritime. I'd just like to give a shout out to my cousin Eli Ruchelsman, as well as my grandfather who's a big fan of JBS, probably watching the game on JBS. Shout out Grandpa Charlie. As Samet did a good job to handle that pass, and he's going to get called for, never mind, I thought it was going to be a double dribble on Dotan, but that's going to be a foul on Jimmy O'Connell.
Yeah, and speaking about shout-outs, you'll see on the replay what occurred, but I mentioned before, top of the backboard, didn't know if that was in or not, but good friend, avid Max fan, and good friend of Epiforeign, Svimo Techin, informed me that top of the backboard is in fact in, so he's going to give a lot of clarity. Also shout out Joseph Myers, good friend of mine who really wants a shout out.
As that's going to retain Max possession. And that's what I thought, to be honest. I thought it was just out, over and out is out of bounds, but as long as it stays in the court, it should be good. But either way, give a little bit of benefit of the doubt to our friends, the referees, or Avery's friends, the referees.
Good friend.
As it's
Best
Zakheim
friend.
inside, kicks it out to Oselka, back to Zakheim. That pass is stolen. Murphy taking it. He's got Noble, finds Noble. Noble up, no good. Rebound Bardachev.
Yeah, Noble 1 for 5 for 3 today. That's been a big key. He's a really good shooter when he's on, but right now, shot just isn't falling. Maybe it's a defense, and it's cost the Privateer some possessions.
Samet. Not going to take the 3. Now it's Freundlich. 10 on the shot clock. Now it's Dotan Bardachev taking it inside, throws it at the backboard. And after chilling on the rim, it finally lands for Dotan Bardachev. Max lead by 16. So as we saw in the first half, a little bit of back and forth play. This half, maybe, with both teams getting tired, not as much back and forth, and the Max kind of able to pull ahead a little bit. As now it's Devaney. He won't go down without a fight as he puts that up and gets it to fall. Devaney now up to 12 to go along with 7 rebounds and 5 assists, steal and 2 blocks. So overall, great output. Jake Devaney, despite the deficit. Samet puts it up, no good. And Oselka's fighting for the board, but he'll get called for over the back on Jesse Tricario.
Yeah, it was a great screen there by Oselka off the ball. Got Zevi Samet a good look. We got a little over-eager on the rebounding attempt. If you watch that, probably the definition of an overback foul.
And with that being Yoav Oselka's 4th foul, he'll go take a seat. Probably won't sit in for another couple minutes. As Noam Edry, and he's going to check into the game, as well as Orszagevsky checking back into the game for Dotan.
Yeah, let's see if the Privateers can capitalize on Yoav Oselka. He's been a force on this game. But without him, as there's O'Connell with a good Jimmy. But yeah, if Privateers can capitalize without Yoav, they can make this a game.
And now it's Zakheim going in for the Max. Now Noam Edry. Good ball movement. As it's Samet, left wing. Top of the key now for Edry. Tricario all over him. And now it's Sinjevsky. Cross court too high for Max Zakheim. And it's going to be a turnover for YU. 8:59 to go in the game. Maritime started to cut into the lead. I believe the highest was 17. And now we're back down, 16 points. Now we're back down to 12. O'Connell for 3. Samet wanted a foul, nothing called. And now it's going to be Zakheim taking it the other way. And finally, and the fans kind of excited that they finally got a foul call. And it's going to be Jimmy O'Connell called for the foul.
Yeah, and I've been impressed with O'Connell's defense here. Playing up on Zakheim, playing up on Samet. Not easy matchups. These are maybe the 2 best guards in the Skyline Conference. But he's taking them head on, and not always successful, but that element of competitiveness is rubbing off on his team.
Freundlich, wide open 3, pulls up. No good, and that's going to be not just at the back, but it's going to be over the backboard.
Yes, that would be out of bounds. I think I know enough to confirm that. Don't need my good friend Spimo Chechen to fill me in on that one.
Shout out Timo, as now it's Murphy with it for Maritime. Takes the screen by Tricario, working inside. Good defense by Freundlich. And we got away with the foul there. As now it's Samet taking it the other way, puts it up on O'Connell. No good, and that's going to be a wedgie. And it is going to be, I believe, Yeshiva ball.
Yeah, one of my favorite plays in basketball, the wedgie, the old wedgie. Effie Freundlich making sure it happens there. But Effie's been impressive also. Shown a lot of energy. We know he's a talented player, but he's one of those talented players that has accepted his role off the ball, playing good defense, grabbing rebounds. So good on him.
Now they get it to Edry inside, as that's a kick ball by Tricario. And now the shot clock's going to be at 20.
Yeah, I think with Edgery, he was a really good player, but this is a very complex Yeshiva system, so it's going to take some time for him to settle in. He's starting to get a little bit, but I think it's more of a developmental time for him as the season progresses, if he can get acclimated.
And now it's Edgery with it. Chicario on him. Pass gets poked. Good job to save it from backcourt. 4 seconds to go. Sammon's got to throw up a prayer. Oh my goodness. First against Old Westbury last time here, now with this one. Maybe they should just hold it until the last seconds for Zevi Salmon, as we are going to get a timeout from, I believe, Coach Steinmetz, and we're going to send it down to our sideline suits himself, S.J. Tenenbaum.
Thank you very much, Yosef. Fans, for this Maritime squad, many of the players have family ties. Jimmy O'Connell's father played for Division I Central Connecticut, and his cousin Mike O'Connell hit the famous buzzer beater 3 for NC State during last year's Final Four, which saved the Wolfpack in March Madness until they eventually lost to UConn in the finals. There's also Frank Sweeney. Frank Sweeney Jr. is the son of assistant coach Frank Sweeney Sr. The Maritime team refers to them as Big Sweeney and Little Sweeney. Appropriate. Coach Barnes told us it's an absolute pleasure to have the father-son duo on the team, and he is thankful to have them around. Back to you guys in the booth.
And thank you for that, as always, SJ. Interesting connections going around. And, that was a really cool moment. Definitely will go down in March Madness history, that buzzer beater 3 at the end. Continuing the run, the Cinderella run of NC State and DJ Burns.
Yeah, and now Maritime and O'Connell is going to try to make his own impact on potential March Madness run. Maritime, looking to win the Skyline, and if he gets into the tournament, I think some teams are going to have to watch out for him at the end of games.
Now, speaking of, Jimmy O'Connell with it. And that pass almost stolen by Samet. Now loose ball. O'Connell gets on the floor, smartly calls a timeout. Talk about basketball in the family, having the IQ there to call timeout. And we're going to send it to a quick commercial break. Don't go anywhere, we'll be back.
Just a reminder, following tonight's game, please be home. This Saturday, February 8th, when they host Burgess College at 8:30. Road games, February 11th at University of St. Vincent, 8 p.m. February 16th at Sarah Lawrence College, Metro Noon. Stay up to date on all of the...
Welcome back into the Max Stern Athletic Center. JBS doesn't just broadcast games, they're all about Jewish education and connection. As a nonprofit, JBS produces and shares content on Jewish history, culture, and current affairs, partnering with organizations worldwide. With support from the Hope family, it's an honor to share Yeshiva basketball with such a respected platform in Jewish media. So now Avery, we're going through at halftime. Yeshiva was up by 7. Now they've ballooned that up to 15. What have we seen from them so far, and what's it going to take to close it out?
Yeah, I think it's been a case of 1 step forward, 2 steps back for this Privateers team. They make a nice play, and then they turn the ball over the next play, and they don't get back on defense the next play. I think they have to string together a series of stop-and-scores, as I like to call it, and if you stack those together, you can make it interesting.
That's a nice play by Devaney. And, even though it's been a little bit tough going for Maritime, Devaney's just been having a phenomenal night. Really showing off the skill. And as a freshman, he'll be a problem for the Skyline for years to come. As now it's Samet, cross court to Zakheim. Zakheim going to take it in. Easy layup. Great play by Zakheim.
Yeah, and one of the issues of leaving Max Zakheim on an island, or a defender on an island with Max Zakheim, is he's very fast, and not many people can keep up with him. And he shows you what he can do right there.
That's good defense by Zevi Samet, but maybe a little bit too handsy getting called for the foul. Earlier in the game, we asked our Max Live trivia question, which was, what is Maritime's record against Yeshiva University under Coach Elliot Steinmetz's tenure? The correct answer is 1-12. Their lone win was on December 19th, 2017, by a score of 72-67 here in the Max Stern Athletic Center. Although, interesting to note, last year in the matchup between Yeshiva and Maritime, it really came down to a last-second play. For those who don't remember, Yeshiva was kind of trailing the whole game. They were down pretty much double digits with about a minute and a half to go. They mounted an exceptional comeback, and in a tie game with almost no time on the clock, as that's going to be a foul by Noble on Effie Freundlich. Maybe got poked in the eye there. Hope he's okay. With almost no time in the game, the coach for Maritime, who no longer is with the program for unrelated reasons, called a timeout in a, what we call here the Chris Webber play, called a timeout when he did not have one, and the ensuing technical propelled Yeshiva to victory by a score of 68-64. So talking to Coach Barnes, who was an assistant at the time, he just mentioned how, obviously it stinks for him. The players came out, they played, they deserved to win that game, and just as the coaches, to make that kind of mistake and really cost the players the opportunity to win was very hard for them.
Yeah, and I think the answer to that trivia question, that 1-12 record that Maritime has against Yeshiva over the Coach Steinmetz's tenure, it really speaks volume to both coaches here. Coach Steinmetz, obviously the continued dominance he's had over the Skyline Conference since he showed up and what he's done with this program, but also what Coach Barnes is now doing with this program, making Maritime a lot more successful, a lot more competitive in these big games, and just an indictment on two incredible coaches.
As now it's Murphy, gives it out to O'Connell. Great ball movement here, as that's up from Noble, no good. Sinjevsky with the board. Maritime right in their full court press on Zakheim. He does good work to get out of it. Sinjevsky, now Cronin. Max look to slow it down. Smart play here, up 16. Or Sinjevsky with it. Now it's Cronin. Zevi Samet gonna take it in. Probably got fouled, doesn't matter, he hits the layup.
Yeah, and a great job there by Zevi. A lot of times you'll see in this Max offense, Zevi Samet setting screens. And what that does is it draws the focus away from him, where they can then come off the screen to get himself some room for an easy shot. And it's interesting, a lot of times you think of a guy like Zevi Samet, you set screens for him to get him shots, but another wrinkle in this Coach Steinmetz's offense is he sets screens himself, and if you don't switch, if you try to chase that player coming off the screen, then Zevi could pop out for a shot. But if you try switching on the screen, Zevi Samet then has the opportunity to cut inside, and just up to him to make that read. So just a high-level wrinkle of this Steinmetz offense.
And that's going to be Sinjevsky's fourth foul. And great play by Evan Block. How many times have we said his name as he's able to grab the board and draw a foul? And now Sinjevsky with 4 fouls looks to take a seat. We all have Oselka with 4 fouls coming back into the game. So coach looks like he's just going to ride out Oselka till however long it lasts after a really strong start to the second half.
Yeah, and it also, again, shows the deepness of the Yeshiva team, how many bigs they have. You have Oselka, you have Cronin, or is starting to play big. You have Jonathan Levy off the bench, now Edgery and Dotan. So these guys play a little more physical, knowing they have backup behind them.
As Maritime coming out in a swarming press, but Yeshiva able to break it. Good job by the Max. As now it's Luke Cronin. Zakheim, Noble right up on him. Zakheim looking to create space, pulls up. No good. Chukario on the floor, pass intercepted by Oselka. And now Zakheim with it. Cheers coming up from the YU crowd.
Yeah, Coach Barnes was not happy with that pass. He wants his team to take care of the ball more, as possessions are limited with 5 minutes left.
And Yeshiva now up 15, 4:50 to go. Freundlich, 9 on the shot clock. He's going to hold. Samet pulls up. Catch and shoot 3 from Samet is good.
Man, he's just absolutely ridiculous. 34 points, another 30-point game. I mean, doesn't get better than Zevi Samet. It really does not.
As Devaney thought about the 3 with the defense chance coming from the crowd. Noble, nice play to catch the pass. And Luke Cronin fights for the rebound, ends up getting tipped to block. And Zevi Samet going to get called to the foul on Devaney. As Devaney's going to go to the line for 2.
Yeah, look, the replay. It's good body control by Devaney. And he's going to earn himself a couple free throws. But again, just the shooting by Zevi Samet. You see most of the game, it's off ball, it's layups, it's free throws, it's hard-earned points. And he comes out and hits a 29-footer just from like almost the logo. It's truly an exhilarating player to watch.
Yeah, just one of the leaders for the Yeshiva team, not just in points, on the court, off the court. Really been a star. He's already had a lot of the accolades, but, still waiting for that Skyline championship. Hopefully, this year he keeps telling me how much he wants it. Hopefully they're able to get it as that Zakheim driving in. That's no good. Rebounded by Maritime. Kicks it to the corner for Devaney. Throws the three. So Jake Devaney continuing his monstrous night. And Theo Noble going to get called for the foul.
And Yeshiva has to be careful here. The Macs are up by 13. And Maritime making a little mini run here. A couple buckets. Saw what happened last year at the Yeshiva, how they were able to come back from double digits late in the game. Now Maritime's going to look to do the same, so the Macs have to keep it under control.
As with Oselka at the line, he'll get a 1-and-1. Now Oselka struggled a little bit from the free throw line this year, as the first one is in. And then the negative announcers, Jenks working there. But overall, Yeshiva a really good free throw shooting team, which could come back to bite Maritime as this game closes. Maritime already up to 8 fouls. But, between Zevi and Max and even Luke, Yeshiva with a lot of really talented free throw shooters. So look for that to play a role going forward. As this is going to be a full timeout, so we're going to step away. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back with the rest of Max basketball.
Hey Max fans, this is Joseph Gittler, YU class of 1996, founder and chairman of Leket Israel. The skies are reopening, so come and volunteer with us in Israel as soon as you make it here. Please also consider supporting us as you think about your charity. And of course, go Max!
Welcome back into the Max Stern Athletic Center. Come join us for Yachad Advisor Night at the Sfarim Sale next Tuesday, February 11th at 7 p.m. There will be a special shiur given by Rabbi Shai Shachter titled Building Bridges, the Power of Torah, Inclusion, and Community. You will also be able to find out more information on how you can get involved in local and summer programs, as well as connect with Yachad advisors and staff. Dinner and swag will be given out, and there will be a 5% discount on all items at the sale for Yachad members and friends. So make sure to check out the Sfarim Sale. As the former CEO of the Sfarim Sale, I definitely have a special passion for that, and just want to give a shout out to Brandon Melamed, CEO, COO Harry Meister, and really the rest of the staff at the Sfarim Sale for making it, such an exciting event every year. As now it's Delaney taking it inside. Good job by Delaney working on Oselka, cutting the lead to 13, excuse me. As now it's Freundlich, cross court to Samet, and he'll slow it down. 23 on the shot clock. Can't imagine the Max will try to do much before about 10 seconds.
Yeah, it's important to waste some time here. You don't want to give Maritime enough possessions to come back. So maybe try to get a shot up under 5-ish seconds.
As now it's Oselka. Give and go with Samet. Good defense by Maritime. Samet puts up a shot. Oh my goodness. Unbelievable. That Zevi Samet heat map is going to hit different from those 4-point shots. As now it's Murphy taking it in. Great defense by Zakheim. Murphy gets it back, puts it up, and lands it.
Yeah, there's really nothing you can do as a defender. And I'm just sitting here laughing as there is a foul and block. You look at the replay. Just picks it up. Front of the logo. Defender in his face just lobs it up there. It goes in.
And you can see on the replay, Chris Zavekis just putting his hands up like, what do you want me to even do there? How can I defend that?
There is nothing you can do. I mean, the shots he's making, he's fading away. He's from the logo, defender in his face. I mean, there's maybe one or two players in this conference that can make plays like that, and Zevi Samet is definitely, he's special. He's one-on-one.
As Zakheim converts on the first.
Almost as good as Yosef Silver at basketball, I might add.
Zakheim converts on the second as well. And now it's 82-66. And now it's Murphy. That goes cross court to Block. Block puts it up, no good. And now Effie Freundlich with it. Salmon in the corner, bringing it out. Good job to get it over, and now they'll slow it down. Freundlich, two and a half to go.
Yeah, I think the fans want Zevi to heat check her now. They're calling for him to get the ball.
I mean, look, I could point to 3 times that it's worked. Just do nothing and have him chuck up a prayer. As that's a beautiful play by the Max. Great find by Luke Cronin. Luke now up to 6 assists. As that shot from Delaney goes up, no good. Wanted a foul, didn't get it. And, going back to Zevi, we're talking about him chucking up the prayers. With ball beyond the court, him starting the daily minyan every day. I wonder if it's his chus to maybe, that he's contributing prayers. So now Hashem is answering his prayer shots. As that passes inside to Cronin, now out to Zakheim. Yoel Kinzer got a nice cheer from the crowd, looks to check into the game. 4, Salmon puts it up. Couldn't get it there. But offensive rebound by YU. And I wonder if you're Maritime, if you even try to foul. Looks like they're not going to. As with this being an 18-point game with 1.5. Now we see an Army coming off the bench from Maritime. Salmon trying to take it up. Good defense by Devaney. Devaney going to take it down. Now gives it to Zvekis. Zvekis puts it up. And Zvekis gets on the board. Just about a minute to go. Now 84-68, Yeshiva.
Yeah, it looks like Yeshiva is going to look to run out.
Coming in. Tom Waldman coming in for YU. Getting a little bit of a showcase here. And Asher Falk are going to round out the 5 for Yeshiva. As Theo Noble misses the first.
Yeah, and a big shout out Hill Bainash in my business communications class. An incredible person, incredible basketball player, leader of this team. Just deserves a lot of praise here from Max Live.
Noble on the second is good. So now it's 84-69, 15-point Yeshiva lead. 2 seconds between shot and game clock. As Hill Bainash does good work to get it over half court. Now Yoel Kinzer, Asher Falk. Falk with it. Now Kinzer. Ben Lazary. Fans trying to get their fan favorites to shoot. Bainash puts it up. Almost from Bainash. Kinzer with it. Now to Falk. Bainash, everyone trying to get him to shoot. As that's going to do it here in the Max Stern Athletic Center. As Yeshiva is going to pull out on top, 84-69 in a dominant win over Maritime. We're going to send it to a commercial break and come back with a look at the post-game show right here on Max Live.
Max Live, Yeshiva University men's basketball on JBS, is made possible in part by Janet and Lior Hode and family, with immense gratitude to Hashem.
Welcome back into the Max Stern Athletic Center as Yeshiva University has come out on top 84-69 over the Maritime Privateers. We'd like to give a big thank you to JBS for bringing YU basketball to television viewers across the nation. As a Jewish multimedia channel, JBS is committed to promoting Jewish education, culture, and values. Special thanks to the Hode family for their generous support. We're thrilled to have shared this Max journey with you tonight, and we can't wait to see you back here for the next game. But in the meantime, we are going to send it down to our favorite sideline reporter, Mr. Sideline Suits himself, S.J. Tannenbaum, who's standing by with the players of the game, Zevi Samit and Yoav Oselka.
Thank you very much, guys. It's a rare occurrence that I get to be here with not one but two players of the game tonight, Mr. Yoav Oselka and Zevi Samit. Zevi tonight, 37 points, 4 rebounds, 4 assists. Yoav, 11 points, 3 rebounds, 4 steals, 1 assist, and 2 monster slams. Let's start off with the first question. Yoav, describe for the fans at home, for me watching at home, people who can't relate, what does that feel like, 2 incredible slams in front of a lit-up Max home crowd?
I feel like I love to dunk in game. I feel like whenever I dunk, the crowd gets so much louder, and I just love it to hear the crowd.
Zevi, what's it like for you seeing those dunks as a teammate?
It's geschmack. Works hard. That's it. He works hard. Throw him the ball. I know he's dunking it.
Maybe he's got to be the next guest on the podcast. Check that out. Why You Ball Beyond the Court pod, hosted by Zevi Samit. Guys, you knew you were going in tonight against a number 1 team in their division. In Maritime, you guys are we're number 2 behind Sarah Lawrence. Tell me about the approach going into the game, how you guys plan on taking this Maritime team down tonight.
I feel like I think we are the best team in the Skyline, and I think we can beat any team if we come to play. We play hard, and we can beat any team.
You can beat any team if you prepare the right way. We practiced hard the whole week. We were ready to play. We were all in it together. Unit. We came out tonight and we executed. We played together. We had each other's back, offense and defense, and that's what happens when you do that. And we dominate hard. Right, Yoav? Every day.
Square.
Now, guys, a lot of people were saying that this was a possible Skyline Championship preview. Hopefully, should it be that you guys play these guys again in the championship, what's the approach? Are you going to keep the things the same as you did tonight? Are you going to change anything up? Tell me about that.
I feel like we played well today, and I don't think we need to change anything. We just need to play our game. That's it.
Just got to keep executing, working hard in practice, doing our starless, and Hashem does the rest. And we'll win. Let's go.
Anybody you guys want to shout out watching from home?
Watching from home, just my family. I think that's all the people I know that are watching now.
Zevi, what about you?
Got you. Master Chassan, Levi Marcus, Yehuda Marcus, my brother in Israel, Yoni Samit, Yehuda Samit in Israel, and all of Klal Yisrael. Let's go.
Zevi Samit, Yoav Oselka, players of the game. Back to you guys in the booth.
Thanks, SJ, for that wonderful interview.